Okay, Toyota's human support robot, affectionately known as HSR, made its Atlanta debut at the Net Impact Conference this fall, and we were so lucky to get a sneak peek. The HSR supports people who need help with everyday tasks and is part of Toyota's mission to help people get around with greater ease. If you want to see my geek flag fly, check out my interview now with Doug Moore, Director of Technology for Human Support at Toyota Motor North America.
Joining us this morning, Titania Jordan.
Tatiana Jordan. Did I get the name right?
Titania.
Titania. Okay. All right.
Is Titania Jordan?
Hi everybody, I am so excited. I'm here with Doug Moore.
Hi.
And we're here at Net Impact 17.
Yes, we are.
At the Georgia World Congress Center.
Yep.
And Doug, tell everybody watching what your official title is.
So I'm the Director of Technology for Human Support, which is something that most people don't know Toyota does.
Yeah.
So we're here thinking about how do we actually help and support individuals live their lives and do things that help them to be more mobile and free.
That's great. And what is this amazing
Yes.
piece of technology that we have right here?
This is HSR, which stands for Human Support Robot.
Okay.
And this is a research platform that has been developed in Japan at TMC. And it's a tool that we're using to understand how do we actually address user needs, how do we actually understand how to make people more mobile, how do we actually think about independent living and really sort of aging in place in a lot of ways.
Wow.
So, yeah, simple things to say, hey, how can we actually help you in your house, right?
So before we dig into, is his or her official name HSR?
Yeah, so HSR is the title that it has.
Okay.
So for me personally, I've avoided giving it a name,
Okay.
so that's something people can do later at their own leisure. But
So to be respectful, I will address, moving forward, HSR.
HSR,
Okay.
yes, correct. Yeah.
And talk about your role. What does it mean to be,
Yeah.
part of this initiative?
Yeah. So this is, I feel very fortunate to be a part of this. So I think one of the things, which I'm going to talk about later, but a little bit is a lot of times we think about what is our mission statement at work. So our role for technology for human support is thinking about how do we actually provide technology products and platforms for people that have those special needs. So that's easy to say within the work role, but within a personal role, I think a lot of times we don't think about what our mission is personally. Like, what's your mission statement in life? How do you actually make a difference? And so for me, I get to think about how those two align. So it's really great to say, okay, personally, I want to use the skills that I have to make a difference for people, right? My dad's a firefighter, my brothers are firefighters, so I'm on the engineer boat, but I can still do things with that to actually say, how do I actually help people, right? And so for me, within Toyota, I have people that are saying we're a human movement company, and then I can actually take that and say, okay, here's what I want to do to make a difference for people that I think have those needs.
I really, really align with what you're saying. I've always been a technology geek.
Yeah.
But if you can't use technology for good and to help people, what's the point? So it feels good to be able to use technology like HSR to help people, and I'm so excited because this is the debut, right?
Well, yes. This is HSR has now been here in the U.S. for a little over a year.
Okay.
So we've been doing stuff. I don't know if you'd see on the video in the background, but there's going to be, we're sharing a video which you can go see online, which is, if you just search HSR and Romy, we actually helped a wounded veteran here in the U.S. But HSR is right now sort of global. So it's being used in Japan, it's being used here, it's in Europe. Thinking about how in these different communities do we have impact people in different ways. So, yeah.
Wow. But is this the first time that the public gets to really
at Net Impact? This is our first. This is our first Net Impact conference
in Atlanta.
Yeah, in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
So this is our first Atlanta, first Net Impact, first demonstration as technology for human support, etc.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's get into HSR.
Okay.
Show me what you're working with.
So HSR here is basically, like I said earlier, a research platform, and it's intended to be minimal in some ways. So right now it's designed to fit in a Japanese home, so it's low. The base will elevate and lower.
Okay.
It's got a single gripper. It's got multiple cameras, so it's got stereo pair of cameras, a center camera. It's got a depth camera. I'm not sure if you're familiar with depth camera technology.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's got that up here, and then it's got 4 independent actuators here in the arm. So it's got 4 degrees of freedom up here, and then the base actually adds the extra degrees of freedom for it to move around.
Wow.
So again, when we think about this type of platform, we want it to be affordable, and we also want it to be capable, right? So we put it at the minimal sort of set of degrees of freedom such that they can actually do things in the home. So by remote control, somebody could actually pick up everything and clean up a room, right? And do that with this platform. But also we want to make sure it's safe and that people can actually buy it. So how do we actually continue to bring that down and make it accessible for the whole community, right?
Yeah, this really hits me right here, because, you know, just my grandparents, they're 95, they're still living on their own, and we're in the process of having my mom move in to be their primary caretaker, but she wants to go do yoga or go to the grocery store and they need something. This would be so amazing for them to have.
Well, it's not just, so the nice thing about these types of technology is it's not just a benefit for the care receiver, but also the caregiver in some ways, right?
Yeah.
So in both situations, one, you're helping someone that has the ability to feel like they're doing something on their own. So if it's your everybody has like that one step. I know someone, I know X. They can feel a little more independent because they're doing something on their own, and then the person who's giving the care can actually feel a little bit more confident because they have a little bit of a break in some ways.
Yes.
They know some of that stuff. So we still have a little bit of ways to go to really get something that's in people's homes. So right now we're just saying, okay, what are the core technologies? And it sounds like, you know, you're familiar with that, whether it's computer vision or motion planning or machine learning, et cetera, all the things that go into doing this. And then that last little bit, which is the magic sauce, is saying, how do I interact with humans well, right? So if I have a robot, we have robots that are in factory environments that do things really well, but it's that last little bit when you say, okay, how do I interact with you? How do I view you? How do I understand you? And then do something appropriate and safe and comfortable, right? So
that's definitely the magic sauce.
Yeah, exactly. The uncanny valley is what we want to avoid. So we don't want robots to feel creepy. We want it to be, you know, that tool that you use and say, hey, this is something that helps me live in my daily life, right?
Well, y'all are doing well in the non-creepy vibe, because the first thing I thought when I saw this was like, oh, cute.
Yeah,
like,
she's cute.
I want one, you know, like she's totally not creepy. And ridiculously brilliant.
Yeah.
Just really, really cool what you and Toyota are doing, and using technology to help solve some pretty big problems and help improve people's lives. So, Doug, thank you so much for being here, for having us. This is amazing, you guys. This sneak peek, first time in Atlanta with HSR, and just thank you again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.